fantasy comic. It's published as an indie. However, in my life, I got both an opportunity to publish it traditionally as a book and also make it into TV show. I rejected both of these opportunities. In the previous video, I told you the story about how the publishing part went down. So now let's talk about the TV show opportunity. This story took place approximately 11 years ago. Already started working on the series as a comic again, basically redoing the whole story in the comic format that eventually became this. The book itself has illustrations inside it. Oh my god, it smells like a new book. Amazing. Kind of crazy. This book was published 16 years ago and it still smells like a new book. At this point, illustrations that I would post online about my comic would get quite a lot of views. And also I did a lot of illustration work for independent clients as a freelancer. And one of my clients was actually a movie director in LA. I did a very long 60 illustration project for this person. Through the trenches of this project, I became actually a very good friend with this person. I'm actually working with this person right now on the TV show on a different story. But while we were in the trenches of this project, I mentioned about my own project, about my novel, and about the fact that I'm making it into a comic. I sent this person whatever I had for my comic to read, and they shared it with the person that they knew in the industry as well. This person happened to also work in DreamWorks and somewhere else at the same time. I think Netflix, but I'm not sure. They actually loved the project and were very interested into pitching it as a TV show. A lot of details of that part are a little fuzzy because this was during my early 20s. I was going through a lot of shenanigan of the youth. Now, looking back at this, it sounds like a very big deal. However, in my world back then, it was like on the background of my life. However, this project got pretty serious because we wrote a pilot episode. There's a script that I have that is written for my comic. This is the first page of the script. It is pretty much exactly the first 3 pages of my comic. Like, it is actually what you see in my comic. After that, we started working on a serious Bible, so it's a proper TV show proposal. And this lady that worked in DreamWorks were waiting for us to have it so she can present it. And you remember the beginning of this video? At some point I said, no, thank you, I actually changed my mind. My logic was that I just started working on the comic version, and for the novel, I have the first one written, I have the second one almost written, but I don't have third one written. I figured if we're doing a TV show, the pace will be very, very fast, and I won't have time to actually organize the story the way I want it. My story will become, given that everything goes to plan and it actually becomes a TV show, it will become this infamous story of, the writer didn't finish the material and then TV show kind of came up with their own story. And I would lose control of my own story. Somebody else would tell it for me. I was like, you know what? No, it doesn't feel right. I don't want to do it. And it never happened. Now, do I regret this? And just the same as the deal with traditional publishing, I don't. But what do you think? Do you think I made a mistake?